it's all about the journey, guys. Like Joba, you know this. Like it's those big wins that you remember, and you remember your family celebrating, and you remember that. It's like if you win the World Series, you win the NBA title. Yes, obviously that is the goal, but it's not a failure. Nick. There are a lot of Knicks fans who feel like this is a failure. What happened?
It was a failure of a season. You should have made it to the finals. I don't care what you say, Benny. I am getting mad now, Ben. I love you. You're on this show.
With more Tyler Cole?
I am angry. Yes, I am tired. I'm tired of watching this garbage of a basketball team. I've watched it since the 90s when the Knicks, those Mean Street Knicks with Oakley and Mason and Xavier McDaniel. Yes, even with the Chicago Bulls, the Olajuwon Rockets.
His brother in high school.
Kiki Vandeweghe. Remember those teams? I'm tired. I'm tired of watching this garbage. You had a chance. You're a better team than Indiana, and you laid up lousy goose eggs against a team that you have more talent than. It's to me, that was the reason why he got fired. He didn't show up. The Knicks did not show up in the finals.
They went to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since you started shaving.
Yeah, it's shaving, please. I mean, it was 99, and I was graduating from high school, so I was shaving, baby, in many different areas. I'm not going to tell you, but
please don't.
Speedy hasn't shaved since he was born, so.
I'm glad I shaved before coming on this show. I had some like summer scruff going, but Joba's got the sear. That's like
Joba's in full protest mode of Brian Cashman since he left the Yankees.
He's got chickens living in his beard right now.
No, this is trim. No, when I went to Detroit, yeah, I didn't give a damn. I just let it go.
I'm still trying to figure out why they said goodbye to Tibbs in the first place. I'm trying to, settle into that. But, I think you got to do your due diligence. You got to take meetings. And this is the team that is looking for grown-ups and players that can contribute now. The draft is not a super high priority focus. Let's be honest. It hasn't been for this organization historically. RJ Barrett was the first round draft pick they re-signed in 30-plus years since Charlie Ward. They don't pay much attention to the draft, clearly. They signed Jordan Clarkson. He's 33. Thabo 29. So it's like the draft is what it is. They got 3 French guys now. You mentioned that, Mo. I think his name's Mohamed Diarra.
Yes.
They got 3 French guys now, which is interesting considering we've seen this sort of French invasion in the NBA with Wembanyama and Alex Sarr and then winning the silver medal. So I'm with him, man. Mike Brown's a proven guy in the NBA. He's coached in the finals. Jordan Clarkson's played in the finals. Mike Brown's won 50 playoff games. Tibbs, I love a coach at Tibbs, and obviously you can nitpick him, and there's certain things that probably rub people in the organization the wrong way or just ran its course, 24-23 in the playoffs. But I don't know. Here we are, man. And we're talking Knicks basketball in July, and it's positive.
Why?
What timeline in the Matrix is this?
First of all, Mr. Lyons, the Knicks have been positive since really Leon Rose has gone to the organization. They've been a slam dunk. I mean, they made it. They made the move for Jalen Brunson. They brought him to the organization. I mean, obviously they had to bring his father with them, but that's a whole nother story. I mean, they brought in Tom Thibodeau. They added additional guys like Josh Hart. They brought in Dante DiVincenzo. Now Mikal Bridges, they traded away their future for Mikal Bridges. We'll see how that works. Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, everything that Leon Rose has touched so far has been successful. So anybody that's taking shots at the Mike Brown hire, I don't think you could take shots at it. The guy is a winning coach. There's only 2 other coaches that have a better record than he has over the last 10 years as a head coach. So there's no question the guy knows how to win. The question is he going to win a championship? He's been to a finals. He's failed to win a championship with a good team. So that is the question with Mike Brown. Can he do it in New York? Can he do it under pressure? Can he do it with these rowdy fans that obviously when you start to lose, they start stabbing you in the back with a knife, a gun, or whatever the hell they have, and maybe a pole or something else. I don't want to say it.
It was a magical few weeks. I don't know where you guys live or where you're based or how much of
New York.
The spring you got a chance to be in the city, to be in New York, but the vibes were amazing. Like it was the best 6 weeks of my life, I feel like. And I don't want to experience it again because I was just an emotional mess. And now we're at this place where expectation and entitlement are starting to seep in. And it's already starting to feel like I'm around your guys' age. Like I've been through this, right? So it's amazing. You've got this Lord of the Flies generation that goes out on the 7th Avenue. There he is. There's Captain Fudge. God bless that great American man. I love asking my Pistons friends. I like saying, what's the 4th best performance in the history of Little Caesars Arena? Because the best is Game 6, Princeton. The 2nd best is Game 3, and I'll give you the 3rd best is Game 4. And they'll give me a variety of answers. Oh, the night Cade had 32 against the Magic in January. Oh, the night Giannis gave us 50 in March. But Brunson's really special, man. So the time is now. It's a really special time in the city. So I want to enjoy it. I want to be present for it. I don't want to nitpick it and be like, why aren't they playing Tyler Kolek? If we go through the roster from last year, there's a lot of, as my dad would say, schmendrakes. Like, God bless PJ Tucker turning 40 and wearing Charles Oakley player edition shoes.
Hey, don't you take shots at Charles Oakley. That's my favorite play growing up.
PJ Tucker with a little subtle jab.
All right,
there,
I love you. Yeah, I was about
Oakley
to listen.
Well, come on, DeLon Wright, Precious Achuya, Cam Payne. These are borderline guys in the league. And so the conversation of Tibbs didn't play the bench, like, I didn't need more campaign pull-ups. Like, that's not the recipe. They just didn't have the talent last year. Now you add Clarkson, a 6th man of the year, and a bucket. I'm with it, man. I'm ready. I'm very excited. Brunson obviously has a history and a relationship, and his dad, and he grew up with them. Tibbs is part of the 90s Knicks and all that. And, Hart and Brunson are forever connected as the roommates. But, I mean, Mikal Bridges was outspoken during the season about being frustrated with some of the playing minutes, and he had kind of, said some stuff during a road trip that kind of alluded to some frustrations. But when the results are there, 24 playoff wins for the team in 4 years, can you judge Thibodeau on what the team has done historically, like what happened with Samuel Dalembert and Michael Doliak and Clarence Weatherspoon somehow matters, like in 04, 05, 06, like, the fact that they stunk back then but are good now, does that give them a pass to stick around longer?
How big was Doliak's head, though? That dude had a cranium.
Him and Chris Dudley, probably the biggest domes in Knicks history.
That's definitely
man. Like I feel like those teams were so bad that people couldn't even savor the fact that this team is finally good, and he deserves somewhat of a leash for
Ben,
the way they were able to overachieve in the playoffs, and the fact they beat the defending champions and took the Pacers to 6. I mean, Eastern Conference Finals is kind of crazy.
First of all, let's get honest here. Let's be honest. Let's get honest on this whole argument of Tom Thibodeau. I was a guy, and I don't know. I wrote a story a year before they hired Tom Thibodeau. And Speedy will tell you, I was the guy that said the Knicks should hire Tom Thibodeau. As soon as they brought Leon Rose in, I knew they were hiring Tom Thibodeau. But I also believe they kept Tom Thibodeau 2 years long than they should have. All right? I just don't think Tom Thibodeau is a winning coach. He's never won. He's never played it as a head coach in the finals. That Chicago Bulls team fell short with the Heat. They can never get over the hump. He's a great coach. He's a great regular season coach, but he wears out his players. He plays them too long, and they're not the same players. Josh Hart, I don't care what Josh Hart says, and I love you. Josh, if you listen to the show, we love you. The problem with Josh Hart is he doesn't want to tell the truth about the real story behind the season. And the real story is he was worn out too much. This guy is a great two-way player. He's a great for the size that
because they have no bench, and he should be coming off the bench, and he's playing because who are going to play?
I mean, why don't you use your bench?
Right?
Well, come on, Tyler Kolek, you should have played him. I know you don't want to say that, but they should have played him. I don't understand. You got to see what you have there.
Tyler Kolek.
Why is he on the bench then? Why is he on the roster? If you have these guys on the roster, you got to use them. That's what I'm saying, Ben. He doesn't use these guys. He doesn't use young players. There have been attacks with him when he was with the Timberwolves that he doesn't like to start younger players. He likes to keep those younger players on the bench to learn. And then by the time
he's a head coach in the NBA who likes playing star players.
Oh, that's fine. Wow. And it doesn't work like that.
That's the wins in the NBA.
Yeah, well, guess what? Guess what? Over the years, how many of those coaches actually win when they just play their star players?
What do you mean? Look at all the current coaches in the league who have won NBA titles, and it's been on the backs of
Bring one. Steve Kerr. Does he not play younger players? He played Wiggins. He's a young player. He played
when Steph Curry was out. They missed the playoffs. When Klay Thompson's out, they missed the playoffs.
Of course, he's their star, but
Who's your Wiggins? Wiggins is a number one draft pick.
There are great coaches over the years, and I know you're not going to think that Nurse was a good coach, but he played in Toronto. He played young guys. You got to play younger. You got to play young guys.
They kept knocking on the door, and it took the addition of Kawhi Leonard and Marc Gasol.
But you need stars to win. We know that. But you need a young roster to play. You can't just start these old guys and wear them out all season when they're playing 45, 46 minutes.
Old on this team.
I'm just saying, in NBA, right now, if you look at the NBA, Karl Anthony Towns is what, 30 years old? Is he 30?
Might turn 30 in September.
Okay.
He is 30. I think he's 30.
Considerably, 30 years old is kind of old in the NBA now. It is.
That's grown-up NBA.
Stop.
This is go time. This is when...
Stop. You know it. Come on,
your prime's 28 to 32
on, Benny.
in my book. And look at...
Benny. Does anybody call you Benny? Does your mom call you Benny?
No, I haven't gotten Benji or Benny, but I'm in trouble with his Benji.
I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you, man.
Come on, Karl Anthony Towns, man. Let's give the big fella some credit, right? He scored 20 points in the fourth quarter when the season's on the line. They needed him most. He hit threes from, Japan. It felt
he chucks up 80-foot jumpers. That's great. Great for him.
He hit that one in Detroit,
Good.
and then gave him a ball pass the rest of the playoffs to do that. But he's all NBA. He played 65 plus, right? I mean, he's available. He played every night in the playoffs. And so availability is the best ability. They had the best training staff in the league this year. Were all available. And when the playoffs counted, and Mitchell Robinson, who missed 65 plus. So I don't know. Cat gets a lot of heat for the zesty stuff, but put that aside, man. And the guy is one of the most skilled offensive players of our generation for a big man.
He bitches and moans. I don't want to see a guy go out there and cry to the referees. Oh, he fouled me. He hit me.
Well, that's everybody nowadays, though. Come on, that's what this AAU generation's all about.
I want to see Karl Anthony Towns go out there and actually play some kind of lick of defense. Maybe just show up and actually stand there and play somewhat of a defensive game.
Hey, hit the glass. He had 14 rebounds a night. I mean, the guy bored.
Yeah, but what happened in the playoffs when he played against Detroit and when Detroit was punching him in the lip?
You're right.
Detroit was punching him in the lip. They were doing that.
Foul trouble was a storyline, and for Brunson too. I didn't expect Brunson to keep getting in foul trouble these playoff series, but the Pistons are a bigger, stronger, faster team, and the fact they were able to beat them and the way they beat them, and then to come back the way they did against the Celtics, those games, it's all about the journey, guys. Like Joba, you know this. Like it's those big wins that you remember, and you remember your family celebrating, and you remember that. It's like if you win the World Series, you win the NBA title. Yes, obviously that is the goal, but it's not a failure. Nick. There are a lot of Knicks fans who feel like this is a failure. What happened?
It was a failure of a season. You should have made it to the finals. I don't care what you say, Benny. I am getting mad now, Ben. I love you. You're on this show.
With more Tyler Cole?
I am angry. Yes, I am tired. I'm tired of watching this garbage of a basketball team. I've watched it since the 90s when the Knicks, those Mean Street Knicks with Oakley and Mason and Xavier McDaniel. Yes, even with the Chicago Bulls, the Elijah Rockets.
His brother in high school.
Kiki Vandeweghe. Remember those teams? I'm tired. I'm tired of watching this garbage. You had a chance. You're a better team than Indiana, and you laid up lousy goose eggs against a team that you have more talent than. It's to me, that was the reason why he got fired.